Imagine reaching into an old jar of pennies and finding one that doesn't look like the others. Instead of the usual copper color, it has silver. Most people would think it is just an old coin, but what if I told you that this tiny penny has one of the most fascinating stories in American histories? Before you ignore it, stay with me, because by the end of this video you will know exactly why the 1943 steel penny became so famous and what could make one much more valuable than another. In 1943, the United States was deeply involved in World War II. Copper was urgently needed to manufacture military equipment, including ammunition and electrical wiring. To help the war effort, the U.S. Mint made an extraordinary decision. Instead of producing pennies from copper, it created them from steel coated with zinc. This gave the coins their unique silver appearance and made the 1943 steel penny unlike any other Lincoln cent ever produced. More than 1 billion of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. That means most 1943 steel pennies are not extremely rare. However, don't lose interest just yet, because there are several details that can dramatically change a coin's value. The first thing you should check is the mint mark. Look below the date. If there is no letter, it was minted in Philadelphia. AD means Denver, and NS means San Francisco. While all three mints produced large numbers of steel pennies, collectors often pay more for coins in exceptional condition. Next, examine the surface carefully. Is the coin bright and sheeny, or is it covered in rust and heavy scratches? Since these coins are made from steel, many have developed rust over the years. A clean, original coin with strong details and little wear is much more desirable to collectors than one that has been damaged. Here's something interesting that surprises many people. The easiest way to identify a genuine 1943 steel penny is with a simple magnet. Because it is made from steel, it should stick to a magnet. If your 1943 penny doesn't stick, don't celebrate just yet. It could be altered, damaged, or in extremely rare cases, it might be one of the legendary 1943 copper pennies, which are among the most valuable coins ever made. Those rare copper coins have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. So, what is a regular 1943 steel penny worth today? Most circulated examples are worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. Uncirculated coins with beautiful original surfaces can be worth much more, and the finest certified examples have sold for thousands of dollars because collectors compete fiercely for top-quality coins. Before you spend any 1943 steel penny, take a few minutes to inspect it carefully. Check the date, the mint mark, whether it sticks to a magnet, and most importantly, its overall condition. That one small detail could make a huge difference. And if you enjoy discovering hidden treasures in everyday pocket change, make sure to subscribe, because the next coin we explore might already be sitting in your collection, waiting to be found. Now that you know why the 1943 steel penny was created, let us take a closer look at what separates an ordinary coin from one that collectors are willing to pay serious money for. The first thing professional collectors notice is the coin's condition. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. Two 1943 steel pennies with the same date and mint mark can have completely different values, simply because one has been preserved better than the other. Take a close look at Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Can you clearly see the fine details in his hairs? Are the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" sharp and easy to read? Turn the coin over and examine the wheat ears. If every line is crisp and the surfaces still have their original shine, your coin could be much more desirable than a worn example. Another important factor is the original zinc coating. Since these pennies were made from steel with a thin layer of zinc, many have changed over time. Some developed gray or black spots, while others began to rust after the zinc coating wore away. Rust is one of the biggest problems with 1943 steel pennies because once steel starts corroding, it permanently damages the coin. Collectors always prefer coins that still have their original bright appearance. Now let us talk about mint marks in more detail. The Philadelphia Mint produced 1,943 pennies without any mint mark. Denver coins carry a small d, while San Francisco coins display an S. Although all three varieties are collectible, their values depend far more on condition than on the mint itself. Many new collectors believe every old coin is valuable simply because of its age. That's one of the biggest myths in coin collecting. Age alone doesn't determine value. Rarity, demand, and condition work together to decide how much collectors are willing to pay. Here's another mistake people often make. Some steel pennies have been coated with chrome or polished to look shiny. Others have been cleaned using chemicals or abrasive materials. While these coins may appear attractive, cleaning usually lowers a coin's value because serious collectors prefer original surfaces. If you think your coin might be valuable, avoid polishing it. Leave it exactly as you found it. You may also hear people talking about error coins. These are coins that left the U.S. Mint with mistakes made during the manufacturing process. Some error coins are extremely valuable because only a small number exist. For example, collectors search for off-center strikes, doubled letters, clipped planchets, and die cracks. Although most 1,943 steel pennies are normal, genuine mint errors can bring much higher prices than ordinary exemplars. That's why experienced collectors examine every coin carefully before putting it aside. Now let us discuss the famous magnet test again, because it is one of the easiest ways to check your coin. A genuine 1,943 steel penny should stick to a magnet. If it doesn't, don't immediately assume you've discovered a fortune. Some altered coins have been plated or modified to fool collectors. The only way to know for sure is to have a potentially valuable coin examined by a reputable grading service. Speaking of grading, professional certification is very important. Companies such as Bees and examine coins, verify that they are genuine, assign a condition grade, and seal them in protective holders. Certified coins often sell for higher prices because buyers trust the professional evaluation. One of the most exciting parts of collecting 1,943 steel pennies is the possibility of finding an outstanding example in an unexpected place. People have discovered valuable coins in old family collections, inherited coin albums, forgotten piggy banks, estate sales, and even boxes stored away for decades. While finding a rare coin isn't common, it happens often enough that collectors never stop looking. Of course, the most legendary coin connected to this story is the 1,943 copper penny. During the switch from copper to steel,